We're live.
Hello, Internet.
Get my side screen up. Okay. Hi. Sorry for the late start, everybody. Just getting everybody situated and everything. Let's see. All good. It kind of looks dark on this end now. I'll have to fuck with that later. Sorry if it looks a little too dark. I've been trying to adjust the settings because for whatever reason my screen always looks super bright on like other people's screens. So it is what it is. Because it's noon right now in game, so it should not look as dark as my screen looks right now. I'm gonna at least crank up the gamma on the background. Too bright. Probably around there. Yeah, there we go. And then real quick, I'm going to copy that over to all the other stuff. What the hell? Oh, it had two of them. Okay, thank you. Why is it? You know, whatever can go wrong will go wrong, right?
That's what they say.
Do that. The old one. Put on the new one. Do that. The old one. Sorry, everybody. Behind the scenes moment. We're working in real time here. One more to go.
Grab some popcorn. It's gonna be a wild ride.
And put the new one on. Alright. There we go. Now it looks normal. Okay. So, recap. Last time on OGaG, the group left Seath's grave to the northwest and made their way towards Zelk, the city. And upon getting close enough, found that the entirety of the area was overrun with undead hordes. As the party sort of got close to this exterior wall that surrounded like the main host of Zelk, they saw a light signaling them from Fort Zelkin to the northeast. They made their way over there and rescued a man who was unconscious inside. They then fought their way through several floors of undead, clearing out what they could. Mika getting some badass headshots off. Some cool combat shit being pulled all around. And they hit a point where they sort of recognized that numbers were kind of going to get rough. And figured, well, let's pull out and save this guy. It doesn't look like there's anybody else still alive here. It had looked like maybe just him or him in a group or whatever had like barricaded themselves on the upper floors of this like fortress tower, and it was slowly being overrun. To it, they had like filled the staircases with furniture and stuff, but either way, any way you slice it, there were undead in the upper floors. The party, having taken care of what they could, sort of left furniture in the last staircase with the undead sort of all over. They began making their way to the city from there, sort of not knowing what's going on. Anakur reached out to their old friend Androx, who was currently leading the city of Zelk. He told them not to go to Zelk, that it had been overrun, and that they were hiding out in the mines. The party agreed and made their way north to the mines last we ended. And I will say, as the airship sort of comes up on the mines, we're going to switch the music because it's definitely not that lighthearted.
The anime opener at the end of a really upsetting, depressing episode being extremely cheery.
Yeah.
As your airship comes upon the view of the mines, you can see there are also hordes of undead here surrounding the mine. There seems to be a sort of like barricaded entry. They have like old mine carts and materials and stuff piled up outside of the mine, forming these sort of like makeshift barricades. And there's like a phalanx of Zelkin soldiers sort of like holding the undead back. Not actively out in front of anything, but like there's a bunch of guys with like shields and spears and shit at the ready, very exhausted looking behind this barricade. Every now and then one sort of like pokes an undead that gets a little too energetic with their spear, and it's just kind of like a real cacophonous mess. What would you all like to do?
How high above them are we?
You're like a helicopter.
I'm willing to hop on Hypnos and give aid to those as the ship is lowered. Unless we need to clear up the LZ.
there's not really a place to land at all, but you could theoretically like throw down a rope or something.
How many zombies are there in the area?
Thousands.
Okay, never mind. I was like, I wonder if I could fly out and stun beam them. Like, nope.
I mean, you could. Not all of them.
I wouldn't say very effectively.
Maybe just get 1% of the 1,000.
Yeah, it's almost like there's like the ground is like moving or something. There's so many like undead shambling about down here.
Sorry, and you said there were guards. So, like at the entrance of the mine, there are guards keeping undead back.
They're on like the inside of a barricade, and just like stopping anything from like fucking with the barricade. They all have spears, and like anything that goes to like crawl over or reach through or anything, they just sort of like stab at them until they stop. It's sort of like, so there's a lot of undead here, clearly attracted by the like people inside, but it's one of those situations where it's sort of like a stalemate, you know, like the people inside can't clear out the undead, but the undead can't like get through this barricade at all right now, and it's not like they're excessively trying, but they're a threat in that they are here more than anything.
Well, I'm gonna be hopping on Hypnos to like fly down to the barricade and talk to the people and thereabouts.
All right, so as your ship sort of like gets close enough, you all see Onaker jump on his owl friend and glide down to greet the soldiers behind the barricade. Anybody else want to do anything as he's doing that, or?
Yeah, I think I'm going to wild shape into a bird as well and go down with Onaker.
Okay.
Mika, I can carry you down if you want. Or I can fly you down.
Yeah, I would like to help.
Alright, she picks up Mika and like hugs her like a teddy bear and just starts flying down behind the barricade next to Onaker.
And as the last of you are hopping off, Derek shouts from the cockpit, I'll keep it swinging around and look out for a signal when you need pickup, just like before.
I'm just gonna look at him and nod and then salute as I jump off and turn into a bird.
All right.
Oops, didn't mean to do that.
Let's see. Do I have anything that... No, that's too light. What is this one like? Nope. Do. I'll find something. Just a sec. There we go. There's a bit more fitting. So yeah, you all fly on down as Derek scoots off. And there's probably like 15 or so guys just like very exhausted looking, like hosting like this barricade. And as they see you like come down, at first they sort of like stance up like what the hell, and then they like realizing that you're like people, they sort of like put down their arms and they just kind of look confused as you come in for a landing.
We're old acquaintances of Androx. Is he around?
Yes, Lord Androx is talking to the necromancer back in the tunnels.
Necromancer?
Who and what now?
Long story. I'm sure he'll fill you in, but hopefully someone that can deal with all of this from what we understand.
Is this necromancer person a new type of thing, like only been around recently, or has this necromancer suddenly and suspiciously risen up the power structure within the government?
No. The druid lady and her friend, and the masked man, those weirdos from the circus, they all captured him.
I am getting far more questions than I am answers at this point, but it is still information nonetheless, and I appreciate it. Which direction to Androx and the dead person, the speaking to the dead guy?
They should be on the other side of the encampment in the tunnels. If you just keep going down the main tunnel, you'll find the meeting room.
All right, is there any sort of anything y'all need from us that we can help you with readily?
I can heal anyone who needs it.
They all kind of like look at each other. They've all got some wounds, but like nobody's like gravely wounded or anything. More than anything, if you can find someone who's made some coffee in the mess, that would go a long way for our spirits.
If I set down my Guardian of Fate right in the middle of like the barricade to help defend, would the barricade go down?
When you say in the barricade, do you mean like physically, like you're putting it where there's already something?
Well, putting it on the side of the defenders.
I mean, if you're not, like, trying to do anything with the barricade with it, it won't. It will just sit there, and it will only do something if something comes through. Like I've said before, it's a very good, like, defensive, like, mine style spell.
Okay, yeah, Valencia, like, snaps her fingers and just said, hey, an extra friend to help you out.
Let's hope they don't need to. Huh? But one of the guards, like, further back from the barricade, closer to the, like, mine entrance, steps over to it, and he moves this, like, large slab of metal away from the door, or cave entry, or whatever you want to say, just, like, allowing you all to enter. And, like, obviously they have this here just in case the worst happens, as, like, maybe it'll still help, maybe.
Honorker, do you suppose that this necromancer might be a turncoat?
Well, given what they were saying, it seems like he's somebody that they just recently captured, and they're probably just trying to. They're probably trying to get him to help with the zombie situation. It could be a situation of this is like, I don't want to be the person to put labels on somebody, but when you're a necromancer, I'm gonna think you're a bad guy at first. You're messing with dead bodies. It's hard not to carry that title with that job. So, my guess is that they caught an evil necromancer and they're trying to get him to work with them. And knowing Androx, he's going to try words, and those words are going to not be well put together, and they are going to hurt more than his fists ever could. So, I think we may be going in there to save a necromancer's life from being talked to death by a rock friend gentleman. My fear was that this necromancer was somebody who's, like, been whispering in the ear since we left, but it seems like he was somebody that was just recently, kind of recently captured.
Well, let's see how this goes then.
Alright, so safe assumption you are all heading into where you were told the meeting room was?
We crave the mines, yes.
Yes. Alright. You head in to what was once the mines of Zelk and is now a sort of makeshift Zelk shantytown. There are a lot of, like, aristocratic looking people around. You don't see a lot of the, like, blue collars. Oh shit, thank you for reminding me. You don't see a lot of, like, blue collar folks or, like, you know, poor people, but there's a very interesting spread of individuals around. There's like people from the college. There's people who look like they're of the cloth. There's some like wealthier looking merchant types. You see some higher ranking military guys. There's very few like common folk. But
Are there other safe spots in Zelk?
who are you asking that?
I'm asking that to any soldier that we pass by.
We'll say you're saying that as you like step through that like opening, and the guy that sort of like moved the metal slab aside for you all sort of looks down and he goes, "We last heard from people in the actual city about 3 days ago. There haven't been birds since then." We imagine if anybody's out in the forest, they might be safe, but it's hard to tell. That place is enchanted as hell.
Well, even though things seem grim right now, don't lose hope. You lose hope. You lose hope.
Don't worry, ma'am. Hope will die when we're all dead. And he moves the slab back in front of the entry, blocking you from your exit.
Well, then I guess we're gonna see this place for a long, long time, and I'll pat him on the shoulder as we pass by.
Yeah, so the main corridor sort of passes through this shanty town. It seems like different families have set up in little side, like pocket tunnels off of the main tunnel, and you can see the sort of different like walks of life gathering together in different places and stuff. And this main path is like very clearly laid out now with like you can tell where people are living and you can tell where people are walking. For one, there are people like walking along it, but there's also sort of like signs for little like makeshift like marketplaces and things. Somebody has set up like a little like brewery place where they're like trying to get some alcohol going to help everybody, and like they have a keg from somewhere that it looks like they're tapping the last of that, but you know, they're trying to keep spirits high, if you will. You are able to follow this path all the way down until it reaches like a T-junction, where there's like a tunnel that goes to the west and a tunnel that goes to the east from here. And when you look to the east, you can see where the tunnel terminates, but when you look to the west, it just stretches on and on and on out of sight. In the dead center of this T-junction, there is I want to say doorway, but there's no door. So like an opening in the wall that has these like rough canvas sort of like flaps over the front of it, and you can hear someone's muffled yelling inside. To those familiar with him, it sounds a bit like Androx.
Well, I think we can recognize that voice, who it comes from, and Onaker.
Well, I'd recognize those gravelly tones anywhere. Even muted through walls. He's yelling pretty loud.
Should we help him or something?
I mean, I think that the yelling is more of an interrogation going on, but yeah, we could probably knock and let ourselves in.
All right, after you guys. I haven't met this person yet.
I'll go up to the door and knock.
There's no door, but assumably, since you're trying to knock, you knock on some of the rock next to it. A guard pokes.
And I'll say knock knock.
A guard pokes their head out from behind the fabric, and says, "Lord Androx, the friends you were expecting, I believe they've arrived." And he motions for you all to enter.
As we shall.
One by one.
All right. So as each of you steps into this space, it's sort of like hazy with some incense, but underneath that you can smell it still. The stench of rot. Like there's a corpse in the room with you. Even like it's very reminiscent of the fort tower you were in a little while back. As you scan the room, it is very dimly lit, but you see Androx standing over a man, Heartstar in hand, held like extended in this guy's face. The man is sort of like hunched, sitting in the corner. He's got one leg up with his arm across it. His head's down. He's not wearing a shirt or anything. Like his chest is bare, and it's the palest skin you've ever seen on somebody. Like he looks like a living corpse, and there's stitches that run all the way down the center. He has a black cloth bandana style mask around his mouth part of his face, and he's wearing a hood that's pulled up, so you can only just barely see his eyes. I think Mika is just perceptive enough in this dim light, and how he's positioned. You can make out that the same sort of stitching that runs across his chest and stomach also runs across the middle of his face, and one of his eyes is covered up. He's got these torn up black pants, and his boots are just caked with filth. Hanging on a wall nearby, the group will recognize a scythe that once tormented them, Crow. But as you take in the scene, Androx looks at him and says, "You will help, or we will make sure that you feel our pain."
Meep is just kind of checking out the cool site.
Do you like go over to it?
Yeah.
Graveheart Graveheart is going to grab you as you move towards it, pick you up, rotate, and set you down further away from it and go, "What? Don't do that!"
Okay.
So,
That
who
site
again
has a
said
mind
the
of its
previous
own.
statement?
What was that, Valen?
Who again said the previous statement?
Androx.
Valen looks at him with a raised eyebrow, just like, okay, that was not what I was expecting to come back to and see.
Leadership looks good on you. You wear it well.
As he hears your voice, he's gonna look at you, and I'm sure there's a look of like desperation on his face. He looks like he's been through a lot. He'll like drop the axe and sort of like drag it for a second as he approaches you all. Oh, it's good to have help. I wasn't sure what to do. I just want to save everybody, but...
Hey, she puts her hand on his shoulder. Like, we know you do, and we're here to help you. Sorry for running late.
The help you sent went a long way. And I'm sorry to have to ask for your help again.
Oh, we're more than happy to offer you our help, Androx. You definitely deserve it.
This man's name is Albert Faustus. He's at least partially responsible for the undead hordes we're dealing with. But he claims that it is beyond his control.
How has he lost control? In what way?
He refuses to give us much, if any, information. He's, according to him, distraught.
I want to see if I can cast Detect Thoughts.
Alright. As you're doing that, Androx says, I need a break. If you can try to get anything out of him, any help would be appreciated.
Leave it to us.
Alright. So, detect thoughts. officially learned surface level thoughts. All that is running across the surface of this man's mind is a name. Over and over again. Ayumi.
I'm gonna just ask who that is. Just straight up ask. Who's Ayumi? Friend?
He looks up from the floor like he's been staring through the very stone beneath him. They took her.
Wait, where did they take her?
I don't know. They put her.
Who is they?
The ones controlling me.
Oh? Did they make you do this?
No one makes me do anything, but I need her back. You don't understand. It's so long, and this man looks up at you, Meep. His eyes meet your eyes, and the eye that isn't covered with bandages, there's something in there that shakes you. I'm gonna need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Gotcha. Just straight wisdom? Let's do it.
Wisdom saving throw.
I got a plus 12. That should hopefully be good.
Hot damn, you do have a plus 12 to wisdom saving throw. Holy shit.
It's a wise raccoon.
That's the whole vibe.
It feels for a split second like skeletal hands run across the folds of your brain. There's a chill and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. But you shake off whatever the hell the feeling is as this guy stares into you, and he doesn't look like he's all there.
Okay. That was strange. I'm gonna relay the information to my friends. This guy seems kind of messed up. But he said he was being controlled. And he said this name, but I don't know what that means exactly.
He didn't say what the person, who the person with the name, who or what they are, just was saying a name.
I'm gonna look over to him and ask him, who is this person to you?
My wife.
Oh. The wife, huh? Well, that's no good. How long have they been gone for?
Time is... I haven't kept time for so long. You need to understand that I haven't thought about things like that since... There's a moment and then he falls silent. Like, he wanted to say something, but then, like, he realizes he shouldn't.
Is there another chair in the room?
Yeah, it's like almost like a little mini war room. There's like a bunch of chairs and stools and like a small table with like a map of Zelk.
Lynn's gonna she just pulls out a chair, sits her ass down, and just like kind of puts her fists together, and while her elbows are on the table, and just like tell me about your wife. Tell me about who she is. What she was like.
What do you mean, was like? What do you mean?
Sorry if I used the wrong phrase or tone. What is she like? You know? What is she, what is like things you guys did together? What did she do that made you happy?
She has a beautiful smile, and sometimes when she moves, she makes this cute little noise. And she's stayed true to me for so long.
You said they took her?
Yes. They put her in the Crystal Castle and flew away. And they all think I'm crazy.
It's funny. Not that long ago, me and my companions happened to see a crystal castle fly off north towards the spire, towards the center.
Yes, you know of it too. The other worlds.
You said that you were somewhat responsible for the undead creatures outside. Being that you are what you are, I assume that your part of the deal started and ended at getting the reanimated, but is the crystals where they come in?
Yes. The shark man, he tested me, and while I found him lacking, he took a Yumi.
We found the shark. We tested the shark man as well, and let's just say he couldn't stand the heat. But
Meep is pissed when he hears about the shark man. He's got beef with the shark man.
your wife, if she's still on that crystal castle, we can help her. But in order for us to be able to help her, you need to help us in any way that you can. You might not be able to completely undo the wrongs that you've done, but if you can help with this, I can guarantee you that you'll see your wife again.
He won't let me.
Who is he? We're thinking alike.
The shadow that screams in my mind.
How about you let me talk to this shadow?
As you say that, you see a wisp of darkness, a mist, rise from the back of this man. And his shadow becomes two shadows, and the second shadow takes form. And you recognize Heartscorn. What a wonderful idea, Anakur. It's good to see you all again. I think this is the first time two of you have met this shadow god. Heartscorn is a living shadow. It's hard to make out where his form physically ends as it shapes and shifts. He has sort of just like absolutely like bedraggled, like natted, knotty hair. He's got like one glowing bright red eye, and then his other eye is this like spiral that like in this triangle shape that like falls inward endlessly upon itself, that's almost hypnotic. And he has this like fanged smile that unnaturally spreads like from one ear to the other. Although you can't see his ears behind all of the mess of hair, that smile is just unnaturally wide. He wears a like long sleeved sort of sweater style shirt that has stripes. It's tattered and torn, and there's like what used to be a coat over that. He sort of like is hunched forward as he like rises out of the back of the sky. What did you have in mind, Anakur? Because I've been waiting for you.
Seems a bit redundant for a shadow to be waiting around, skulking around in the darkness whenever you can. Don't you just exist there?
I see you still haven't had your eyes checked up on. You should really go see a doctor.
I get around, but thank you for the concern.
By the way you look, I could tell you get around. You look like you've been dragged through a few gutters and then dragged through those gutters.
His unnatural smile grows even bigger. It doesn't take a high insight to tell he is immediately amused.
Why is it that you've helped do away with this man's wife?
I had no part in that. Oh, knowing you all, believing me isn't high on the list of things that you tend to do. That being said, I'm not lying.
So then you just get your rocks off watching this guy be sad about his wife and not letting him do anything about it?
No. I was left to make sure that what needed to happen happened. That being said, the Order of the Eyes is sort of fucked at this point, isn't it?
I mean, probably a bit of a lack of depth perception given how many cornea keep falling off.
Yes, and I've always had an eye for the future.
Does that future involve better hair care hygiene? Because you look like you have seaweed on your head.
So, your sister. She still bears my mark, right?
Last that I checked.
I imagine that you want that removed.
Yeah.
Well, I have a plan, and that's why I've been waiting here. And I think that we'll all find it so mutually beneficial. Something you all love, right? And you're not even really helping me. So it's like win-win-win for you and just survival for me. But all you have to do is let me go. And let the eyes think that I'm dead.
So, sorry, 1 second. I need to gather my thoughts.
And if you need more icing on that cake, look at your friend here, your new friend, Stitchface. He'll benefit out of all of this too, because I remove my control. I disappear like you killed me. And then you could go and help him get his wife back, right? He can call off all the undead.
Can he even do that?
He's the only reason they're still mobile at the moment, so... Your other lich friend was keeping them, hobbling about before, this guy took over. He was kind of a last resort on our part. I say our part. The organization I formerly find myself committed to. Mind you, we could forgo this deal. We could have an actual fight. You could test your odds, but I think that you don't want to do that either. There's a lot of innocent people nearby. And I am a Galdling, after all.
What you are is a sad, scared shadow with its tail tucked between its legs, asking for a way out from people who you've looked down upon this entire time. And trying to disassociate yourself from this organization is a bit redundant, like trying to remove a shadow. Wouldn't you say so?
To some degree, but I do that just fine. And I've been compared to a cockroach before, Lizard Man. That's what she calls you, right?
I prefer cockroaches. At least they do something with the detritus of this world. At least they fill some sort of service instead of just existing to be a thorn in everyone's side.
I mean, I serve a purpose. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it isn't there. And it's not like I'm one of those liar, trickster individuals that you deal with all the time. You're right, though. This is about my survival. I'll give you that. But I do so enjoy watching the show, and there's a storm coming. Whatever happens, I'd really like to make it to the other side. How about you? Your sister?
Sometimes in life, stories get told, and you don't get to be there for the ending. You don't get to be there for what's written and what's done. Sometimes you just have to live your life the way that you intended in that story. But just so you know, that like every other shadow that's ever existed in this world, you will be nothing but a footnote to the evil that you have committed. No one's going to remember the shadow that worked in the sidelines. They're going to remember all those little false eyes that you propped up trying to make the face of your organization. But what we have done is plucked those eyes out as we meet them, like the grapes that they are, primed for the plucking. If you want to make a deal for your life today, that's not for me to decide. That's for all of us to make that choice. But if that's really how this goes, just know that no matter what corner you sulk in, no matter what layer you create, no matter what dimension, world or otherwise that you skulk off to, just know that the light doesn't concern itself with shadows.
Meep is getting absolutely hyped in the background.
So, hearing that you're going to do whatever your team agrees on, you all watch as his head slowly turns. There's the sound of like cracking bone as his neck swivels to look at the rest of the group. The smile has not faded. Surely you all want to save your friend's sister and the people of Zelk?
Of course we do.
Yeah, but I
As
think
much-
I'm gonna side with whatever Anakura thinks on this one. I don't know you, creepy shadow man, but I don't think I want to get to know you. So whatever Anakura decides, it's their family.
Putting aside my personal feelings on this and my wants for my sister, the needs of the people is far greater. And it looks better for us to do this more peacefully, because albeit I don't like what he's saying, he's right about there being innocent people in the immediate area, that if a fight does break out, that's going to be an even worse casualty. I think we need to let him go, but it's for the better of the people of Zelk. We can't just let this keep happening, and we need this very pale gentleman here to right some wrongs, and he can't do that if he winds up dead either.
How wonderfully agreeable.
Lynn just like mumbles to herself. One day we'll banish you to the Shadow Realm.
I look forward to meeting your ancestors. Make sure the eyes think I'm extra dead. But I'm glad we could all come to a mutual understanding. The shadow grows extremely long until it stretches across the floor, and then like comes out of the wall next to Anakur, just like a hand, like an arm and a hand, outstretched. And in the center, there is a vial. Inside, there is an eye. You grew up with your sister. It definitely looks like your sister's eye.
I'll take the eye out of his hand, and like I'm really refraining from just outright attacking this person. Just like, you better pray that you find a shadow dark enough to hide you from my flames. Now get out of here before I stop being so grateful.
Well, I will leave you with a favor on my way out. Don't push too hard into your values, Anakur, or the reckoning will take you too. The storm that's coming that will sweep all of the other godlings away. Very few of us are going to make it through, and I'm interested to see where you end up. Who knows? Maybe you'll just be a shadow too. But for me, I like being a shadow. I like being forgotten. And I like watching the damage. But it is very interesting to this time help the good guys. That being said, hopefully you all enjoyed betting with the devils tonight. And like the whole room turns dark, and then the darkness is gone.
It was really creepy.
Excuse my language, but fuck him.
Anakur is going to be like very uncharacteristically quiet, just like staring at the eye in his hand, and like there's a visible like steam coming off of him from his anger.
Hey, if you want, maybe we can sword fight later or something like that. Get all that attention out.
Anakur will just like look at Valen and just give like a kind of like quizzical look, like I don't think I've ever once, like he's in his mind, he's like, I don't think I've ever once sparred with you, and the idea of just like the idea is the comedy that he needs right now of just he's seen you fight so many people, but never somebody in a similar vein to how he fights. So he's like, I have no idea how that fight would even go. But he'll just give like a little half smile and be like, I think that's all right. I don't want to risk getting any holy marks on my body. I'm already saint-like enough. Let's get back to the issue at hand here, and he'll take the eye and he'll put it inside of. He'll have like he has a couple of little jars from his ingredients, but he'll take a jar just big enough that had just like little odds and ends spell components in it, dump it out, and then prestidigitate it clean, and then put the eyeball in it, and then put it into his bag of holding.
Yeah, it's like you probably haven't thought about it too much. But like the fact that your sister is like your twin sister, it also holds an immense amount of like magical power. Just like holding her eye, you can feel the energy like coming off of it. If you'd like, you can have an Arcana check. Having held it now.
Yes, sir.
With a 21, you like holding this and feeling that, you can theorize that he was probably using it to like drain energy off of her. But yeah, you have your sister's eye, which is also the god of like the eye of a demigod.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to give that back to her soon.
As the situation with Heartscorn is resolved and you come to that new knowledge, Androx sort of like pokes his head in and goes, I don't know what you just did, but they said all of the undead hordes have fallen.
We made a shady deal. That's about all I can say.
And the man from the back of the room yells, now will you let me find a Yumi?
We're gonna get your wife, but you still have plenty of crimes to answer for, so you're sticking exactly where you are, in the hands of the people that you have wronged. And we will be retrieving your wife for you. That is on the word of a goblin, and not some shadowy piece of shit who wants to whisper in your mind like some weird 40-year-old that you just met at a club.
I don't understand. May I at least hold my scythe?
That's your scythe.
Yes. He was rather naughty. He disappeared for a while, but before they took Ayumi. They returned him to me. Someone was feeding him.
That scythe is now the property of the government of Zelk and is to be kept locked away until it can be either dispelled of its curses or turned to the light away from its soul-consuming proclivities. You will have no access to it now or in the near or distant future. And
you can't take Crow. He's my only friend. I can't. No Ayumi? No Crow? No one?
Hey, dude, we could be your friend, but it seems like that scythe is bad news, so we're probably not going to give that back to you.
He's just misunderstood.
Doesn't seem that way from what everybody else has been saying.
Graveheart being the person with the most personal connection to it, having wielded it and been unable to prevent himself from...
I imagine that Graveheart has put himself between this guy and the scythe, and he's his arms are out, his wings, their wings too, probably. Nope.
Sir, please think about it. Is this site, is it not using you for nefarious means?
No. It's my fault. His hunger was my fault. I'm the only one that can keep him from eating.
Hey, nothing is your fault.
It is, though.
Everything. Don't stop coddling.
Fault.
Stop coddling the necromancer. He's the reason why we have zombies.
Me and Kazumi.
Okay, yes, I'm not gonna argue about that. That is what he did, but he's also a person, and from my perspective, he's dealing with a lot of fucking complicated feelings.
I'm not even sure he's all one person. He's stitched together. He could be multiple people on one body. Just because he's pale, maybe he's really good at killing people with his skin complexion. I'm not we shouldn't be we should not be telling the murdering necromancer that things are not his fault, when in fact a lot of things are his fault.
I only took parts off the dead once.
See?
I didn't kill anyone. I was responsible for Crow and technically Kazumi. I mean, what is a soul? It's not my fault he went into the scythe.
Hey, buddy, when you start asking questions like, what is a soul? I gotta stop you right there, okay?
We misjudged. We thought, you tap into the power of godlings, you make an enchanted scythe, and you think that it's going to be a good time, and then it eats your friend's soul, and he lives inside a scythe, and you're the only one that can stop him from eating people.
Oh, man, that sounds like the worst form of schizophrenia. But what's your name? I don't know if we've ever asked. Because we just got Stitch Face from the Shadow Guy, and as much as I love a good insult, I will refuse to use that cuck's insults. So, what is your name?
I am Albert Faustus XIII.
Oh yes, Albert Bird. How about this? If what you say is true, and you are truly the only thing that can pacify the scythe's insatiable hunger, once we have this place cleaned, when the city is in a more livable fashion, and Androx is more able to facilitate this aspect of your incarceration. But I would think that in order to prove your case that you can make that scythe not evil, we allow supervised visits with a mage or somebody present who has a strong understanding of the arcane arts, who can further verify that you are able to quell its murderous and ravenous hunger. And if that's the case, I see no reason why you cannot be reunited with your friend Scythe. But that cannot happen until after the zombies are cleaned up, and we will retrieve. We've got a place to be first. And
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure that you'd prefer having your wife over your Scythe friend.
If he sits alone for too long, something bad will happen. And I feel responsible for that. But I can promise you, if you all let me have him back, I'll march the dead out. No cleanup required on your part.
Actually, that's a considerable proposition. Give him a chance right now to prove that he can do good with this evil thing. So I will look to the group. Are you willing to give this man a moment to try and prove us to this? I'm pretty sure that if he does try something silly, we can remove his parts.
I mean, I think everyone deserves a moment to prove themselves.
Unless you're that shadow can fuck off.
Yeah, let's give him a second chance, and we will be prepared if he decides to abuse that second chance.
I will then walk over to Graveheart and put a hand on his shoulder, be like, we're here. Me and you will both be flanking to be like, we're right there to make sure that he doesn't just pop off.
I think at that point, Graveheart pulls out Starchild and steps to the opposite side of the scythe as you. And
I'll have my Almura's Rose. I'll have my rapier out. Just
having been given permission, Faustus stands up, and his cloak falls over his gross, corpsey chest that's exposed, sort of hiding it, and the smell gets dampened a little as the scent of lavender and lemon flushes through the air. And he walks over, grabs the scythe off the wall, and he begins to pet it. And he's muttering to it quietly as he does, and the red gem that looks like an eye and the bird-shaped blade of the scythe glows blood red for a second and then dims out. And there's a feeling of ease that settles across the room as this happens. Before this moment, there was a draw to the scythe, and I'm sure everybody sort of felt it, and those of you that had encountered it before were new to not fuck with it. That might even have been why it got Meep's attention. But as this man sort of comforts his scythe, that feeling goes away, as if hands that were pulling at the inside of your soul were removed. And he goes, "I'll start moving the bodies. The man with the heart axe, he said, you were friends with the druid?"
If the druid is referring to Bay, then yes.
The red-haired, freckled one, yes.
Yes. Quite familiar.
The corpses tell me that she's still in Zelk.
Well,
Excuse me, what did you just say?
that means we've got some business to take care of. Before we head out, though, Anakor will move his cloak aside and undo his the white undershirt that he's been wearing this whole time and take it off now because he's got the overshirt, the new outfit, and he will give it to Albert and be like, something to cover up the scars. We don't want the new hero to look too horrifying. So go do good and look good while doing it.
He takes it, and then you see him start picking at a corner, and he goes, "What kind of thread is this?"
Zelkin. I can't remember exactly which. I know that I got it in Zelk.
Good. I needed something. I needed a new liver. Yes.
Word.
And he starts tearing apart this shirt into thread. And he sort of sits back down in the corner. Oh,
did the undead tell you where in the city the druid is?
yes. She's with the masked man and the elf and some commoners and such. They're all holed up near the market. It's a good thing that we did what we did. They were almost dead.
Well,
Meepus kind of got a fire lit under his butt, knowing that Bay is not doing good.
yeah, I'm gonna also be like, we need to make headway to the market.
They're all very confused, which is understandable. So maybe go and let them know what I'm doing, because every time they take the corpses down, they get harder to get back up.
I'm gonna write a quick message to Bay with my magic ink and quill and just stand down. We took care of the zombies. They won't attack you anymore. Just leave them alone, please. I can't stand to hear him complain.
We thought it was a little weird that they were marching off the edge of the world now. Good to know you're safe.
How are you guys doing out here? Are you all okay?
We need to meet up with them first. I sent them a message.
Oh, before we go, I need to do something really quick. Just a quick little escape route if we needed to. And as she said that, she casted Word of Recall. You and up to 5 willing creatures within 5 feet of you instantly teleport to a previously designated sanctuary. You and any creature that teleports with you appears in the nearest unoccupied space to the spot Yeah, so pretty much just like get out of oh shit moment.
I might allow this, but I want you to explain to me how this location is dedicated to or strongly linked to your deity.
Well, we are in the mines, so we're surrounded by miles of earth and rock, and so that would, I don't know, Titan is yeah. Sorry, my tinnitus is really fucking with me right
You're
now.
okay. I'm going to allow it because I will say the earth is very, closely linked to your deity. So we'll allow this for your point of sanctuary. On that note, I'm going to say that this should, I think that thematically this should mean something. That, you've designated this a sanctuary for your religion.
They tell stories about the horde of undead that were outside of the mines.
That's your book to write, not mine.
For sure.
Anakura watches Valin's eyes glow and she starts speaking in tongues and levitating off the ground for a moment and then just goes right back to the ground like nothing happened. Huh?
Just a Tuesday.
Word? Is everyone ready to go meet up with Bay?
Yeah, I'm very ready.
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right. As you all make your way back out of the mines, Androx sort of catches you in that T-junction. What do we do with him?
Well, he's definitely still a criminal, and he definitely has to answer for some crimes, but he's also a bit not all there and is willing to cooperate if he's allowed certain allowances, such as being allowed to have his scythe friend Scythe. But I think that keeping him just under a loose guard, don't give him freedom to just walk about, but don't keep him under complete lock and key. And if you find that he could have a use to you in any way, I would suggest using him, because albeit he may be a little bit kooky, maybe really fucked up looking, but he's got powerful magics, that's for sure. So just it's better to keep him placated and, for all intents and purposes, on our side. But given that you're the head honcho right now, it is really up to you. If your people do want to see some form of punishment, I would probably suggest an exile after everything's said and done.
All right, I'll do my best to handle it. One heck of a day, huh?
You're telling me we found the dude unconscious in a building over there that's full of zombies. And it's weird. The zombies are like tiered to where like where we were, there was only a little bit and then it just kept getting more. And I was really afraid we were going to not be able to deal with it anymore. So we left. But we got this guy. He was the only dude that was alive, but he was taking a fat nap in our airship.
Well, I'm glad we were able to save some people. I wish we could have saved everybody, but what do you do?
Remember the ones that we've lost. That's all we can do, right? And I'll make sure to write them a good song. Make sure everyone remembers them.
We only can control what we're able to control outside of within ourselves.
Well, thank you all for coming to help. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't made your way here.
I don't know either. Probably wouldn't have been good, but all I can say is I know that you would have been fighting to the end to keep these people safe, Androx, and that's a far greater courtesy than most people have been given these days. Having somebody there that truly wants to look out for you is a rare commodity.
I'm just tired of seeing the people that I fought for used by powers outside their control. But
That's why we can stop this.
I have things to attend to. I don't know where you're heading from here, but if you need the information, I'm going to round everybody up to head back to Zelk tomorrow morning.
We're about to take ourselves a little excursion inside just to go meet up with Bay and everyone else who was still inside. But we'll bring them out, and then we'll probably camp out with y'all for the night, and then help out with what we can in the morning. But then we've got some pretty big fish to fry.
Androx will nod, and then they head back into their meeting room along with a few other people. And as you guys start to make your way back out of the mines, everybody is so much more talkative than they were just a little bit ago. And you can hear a little kid talking to one of their parents, like, "Is it true? They're gone?" And the metal that once sat in front of the entryway to the mines is no longer there when you reach the entrance again, and the guards are sort of working on removing the barricade from the front. Derek has pulled the airship back around and landed it just to the west of the entry to the mine as soon as all of the undead hordes fell lifeless.
As we're walking through the groups of all the people and stuff like that, I'll be pulling out my harp to play some more inspirational music, just get everyone's spirits up even more, and to just help put people at ease as well.
Yeah, there's a weird mix of excitement and the melancholy of the situation, hope, the struggle that everybody went to, the exhaustion and exasperation of having just survived through this whole scenario. but your music is uplifting, and you can see the difference that it makes on the faces of people that you pass as you make your way out of the mine. And as you guys come out of the entryway at the other side of the main tunnel, you can hear the young guards that were watching the front going, "What even happened? They all just collapsed. Some of them still moving around, but they're moving away."
We did what heroes do best, and we did good.
You all did this? What even? Wow.
It wasn't too hard to convince our necromantic friend in there to see the light, see the error of his ways, and turn to the light and make right the wrongs that he had committed. But he's definitely still got things to answer for. But this was the first step for him.
Well, it's a good thing that you got him to stand down. We didn't think we were going to get anything out of him. He was talking to corpses when we brought him in.
I guess it comes with the territory.
Maybe, but he was talking to them like he knew them. Was unsettling.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah, and he kept talking about shadows.
I've heard enough talk about shadows lately. Tell you that much.
I've had enough with all of this craziness. Whatever you all did, we appreciate it. Guess we don't need that coffee after all, huh?
Oh, don't you go saying that. I'm sure everyone could deal with a good little pep in their step after this.
I'm ready for a nap.
Maybe decaf then.
And as he sees you all coming out from the mine, you all see Derek back at the airship, standing at the top of the little stairs that come off of the side, giving you all a wave.
Right back.
Everyone on the ship doing all right?
Was that addressed at Derek?
Yes.
As you approach and ask that, he goes, "Yes. Some of the younger kids were a little afraid of all of the undead and everything, but I imagine now that everything's over, they'll have a bunch of energy and be excited about the whole thing."
Yeah, that's for sure. Maybe maybe the adults should capitalize on this and do that thing that adults do and make up bedtime stories about the zombies in the caves that'll come and get you if you don't go to bed on time.
Either that or get them to play some sort of game that'll tire them out, but at least they feel safe.
Well, you kept them safe, so that's definitely something that deserves some thanks on our part. So thank you for doing a good job.
He sort of looks askew. Plenty to make up for still.
Hey, if today hasn't taught us one thing, redemption comes in steps. Sometimes the steps are big, like just reversing a zombie army that you've created. Sometimes it's keeping the car running. You know, we all have our moments.
And let's not forget that you kept those kids safe too. We couldn't bring them down there.
Yeah, undead army, definitely not a place for children.
Honaker is now considering in his mind if the kids thought of it, if they could rise up and overpower Derek. Numbers count for something, and children are nothing if not tenacious and for some reason indestructible to an extent.
I think that you're observant enough that you'd probably notice that there's a level of fear that they feel towards Derek. Probably because of like the fact that like he was the one making all of the deals where they potentially were gonna get like sold off and everything. So like there's still like an air of unease between the kids and him. The older kids are a little bit more understanding, but are still like there's an air of doubt in them.
He hasn't achieved cool unk stat yet.
No. Welcome back.
Yeah, my laptop died. I had to go get my cord.
Yeah, Fen gave me a heads
Good to
up.
have you back.
But yeah, he heads towards the controls of the ship as you all return to the USS Frog Skipper, the Undying Skyship. As you're all sort of like walking across this field of corpses and such, you notice just not like in the possession of one of them, but like somewhere in between a bunch of them, there's like a sack loosely tied together with some silk rope.
I would like to examine the sack.
As you open the sack, anybody feeling lucky that can roll in the foundry?
Dang, I was gonna say I'm feeling lucky, but I can't roll.
I'm sorry.
What do you need
I feel
rolled?
like it would have been disingenuous for me to roll for you on this.
Feel lucky.
All right. Let's have Meep roll 1d100 and then 3d10.
Okay. Pull it. Maybe that was lucky, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem lucky.
You find 9 platinum and 17 gold. You find... what do I want to give you all?
A caravan.
Yeah, we're just gonna pull that out of a sack.
Yeah, that was in a sack. Dr. Seuss style.
Mary Poppins shit.
One sec. I'm gonna use a resource for this real quick. There is an amulet of health, a wondrous item that makes your constitution score 19 while you're wearing it, and attuned. It has no effect on you if your constitution is already 19 or higher. And then the final item is a scarf of deception. While wearing this scarf, you appear different to everyone who looks on you for less than 1 minute. In addition, you smell, sound, feel, and taste different to each creature that perceives you. Creatures with true sight or blind sight can see your true form, but their other senses are still confounded. If a creature studies you for 1 minute, it can make a DC 15 Wisdom Perception check. On a success, it perceives your real form.
Hell yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna hold him up and be like, alright, who wants what?
Does anybody specifically want?
Want what again?
Either item.
I'm sorry, what were the items again?
An amulet of health and a scarf of deception.
Take the amulet of health.
How squishy are you? Are you pretty squishy?
What's
Valin probably has the highest AC out of all of us.
What's everybody's constitution score? That's usually
Mine's
the best
14.
13.
10.
It amazes me. It amazes me how the cleric has 10 constitution.
What
It
about
simply
you,
amazes me.
Luca?
Yeah, what's Mika got for constitution?
Maybe their computer died again.
Mika's got a 12.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Valin is best choice.
I do have 12. Okay. Sorry.
All right. Here you
Does
go,
the
Valin.
scarf require attunement?
I to check. 1 sec.
Not that I
Because if
can
not,
see.
then I'll slip it.
Yeah, go ahead. And then maybe me and Mika can split the money.
Yeah.
It seems to be one of the like errata style items. So like it looks like it's from a magazine originally. So it's not actually a standard magical item.
So should I be good to use it then?
Let's see. Does not require attunement. Okay.
Cool beans.
Well, with all of that being said, and everybody divvying up your items from the Vindane's gift, I think that's where I'm going to call it for tonight, with you guys getting around to head back to the city of Zelk. Thank you all for playing. Thank you to anybody who was watching. I still got the Eyes Hinder in my back pocket from Fenn's stream to use in 2 weeks, so look forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody have a good one until we see you next time.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Not everybody.
Bye. Have a good night.